El Nino winds over the ocean. In the context of climate and weather, the name El Niño originally referred to the warm ocean current that appears along the Pacific coast of South America each year around Christmas. In Spanish, El Niño means the boys, and reference to the Christ child, since historically the phenomenon has been observed near Christmas. Recently, however, the term has been applied to those years when there is a change in the annual pattern. In El Niño year, the easterly wind weakens and the equatorial upwelling is suppressed. The nutrient supply from the cold, deeper water is not tapped. The easterly wind retreats and the westerly wind pushes the convection process to the east of the international date line. This displacement of the convection causes a change in traditional rainfall patterns and the release of large amounts of latent air into the atmosphere. Of this climate phenomenon leads random regions of South America to alteration of the effects of the Humboldt current, intense cloud formation generated in the intertropical convergence zones, very wet periods, low atmospheric pressure, agriculture losses. In Colombia, the phenomenon of children in Colombia causes a pronounced decrease in the amount of rainfall and humidity in the Caribbean and Andean regions mostly, with the following consequence impact of the agricultural sector, possible limitations on the amount of electrical energy that can be generated, increase in the amount of forest fires, and decrease in river levels and flows. South America. Southern Brazil and northern Argentina experience a wetter climate than in normal conditions, especially during the summer. In winter, the average temperature increase and considerable reduction of occasional frost can occur, especially in the central and northern part of Argentina, because the clouds and the night.
The Cuban cigar industry is increasing sales in spite of a global economic slowdown, but there are problems closer to home. As CCTV's Michael Voss reports, El Nino weather is impacting this year's tobacco crops.
It's harvest time on the tobacco fields of Pinar del Rio province in western Cuba, the island's premier growing region. But this past year has been a battle against the elements as Cuba suffered its worst drought in decades. That was followed by torrential rains in January, which is normally a dry winter month. The tobacco drying sheds are starting to fill up. But for the Hernandez family, which have been producing tobacco here for generations, this ranks as one of their more difficult years.
It
rained too much in recent months. It hasn't been a great harvest. We have less to sell. Production is about 70% of what we have planned.
Habanos cigar executives say they are compensating for the difficulties with a comprehensive plan, including genetically improved seeds to produce more resistant tobacco plants, along with soil improvements.
We have been implemented some strategical plans, investment. We are recovering some special soils that before were not planted with tobacco.
The recent bad weather comes at a time when cigar factories are busy as global sales of cigars continue to rise.
This is the El Laguito factory in Havana, which makes Cuba's premium and most expensive cigars, the Cohiba brand. Right now, they're using tobacco from previous years. Like fine wine, it's been matured.
We have a well-developed strategy to deal with possible changes in the weather.
Climate has always been a variable factor. We can meet production targets this year and next without any problem.
Cuba is not alone. Other tobacco-growing countries in the region have been affected by El Niño. The challenge is to maintain output without compromising quality, which is at the heart of the Cuban cigar brand. Michael Voss, CCTV, Havana.